How's it going, everybody? Deviant Gamer here, and welcome back to another episode of TerraFirmaCraft. Last couple days, I've been posting a few videos from an awesome game called Starbound. If you have yet to see the Let's Play, I definitely suggest you check it out. It's kind of like Terraria, but not. Like, the similarities between it and Terraria is that it's a side-scroller, adventure, and they have the same artist. But other than that, it's pretty much like a much better version of Terraria. So if you liked Terraria, or you like adventure, roleplay, strategy, building type of cool games, you'll probably like this game. So definitely check it out. It just entered beta, and so why does that say, oh, it's because that, I was scrolling too fast. I'm like, why does that say warm? It shouldn't say warm. But definitely check it out if you haven't yet, because it is a very awesome game. So I've already put some in here. I'm going to warm this all up and all this because, well, I need all 16 heated up, but I am very, very low on charcoal. So my first thing to do today is actually going to be putting this stuff away and starting up another charcoal pit, because it does take, I think, 18 in-game hours, so it'll take a good day or so, and it's almost becoming night already, so I'm going to go ahead and quickly do that and start it up. So hopefully by tomorrow in-game day, tomorrow afternoon, I'll have more charcoal, because I was definitely running out. I think I used almost half a stack to melt down, half to a quarter of a stack to melt down all those ingots originally. Oh, that's right, I already did start a charcoal pit, I just never collected from it. Sweet. I'm glad when I do things without remembering I do things. It makes things much quicker. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and collect all this instead, and then I shall be back to the house. Alright, I am back at the house. I went ahead and slept for the day, so I got one stack almost of charcoal from all that, so I didn't get a lot, which kind of sucks. Also, I cut down the trees, and for some reason, like, I got 2 saplings of the other one, and then I even cut down, or like, I even cut down the other tree farm that I have that I'm actually slowly removing. There we go. I got 1 sapling from those 3 trees, so I'm like having a sapling shortage. It's kind of weird. Usually I get like 1 sapling per tree, if not more. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start this up, heat these up, turn them into the same old double sheets that I did before. But you've seen all that, so no need for me to repeat it for you guys. But they want you to be aware of what I'm up to. So I'll see you guys once all those double sheets are made. Now you want to make sure you get this out when it's orange. Put a ceramic thing in there. That way you don't have to worry about it. And then basically just work the metal. Oopsies. That's not meant to happen. Just work the metal into the hammer form you need. You just keep going back and forth. Oops. Back and forth. So basically I just grab 2 of these, put them in here, and just keep doing that. Welding, moving, shrinking, hitting, welding again, and then I got another double. And just keeping an eye on these. Once it's at bright red, that means it's going to be very close to becoming orange, because right after orange, when it gets to orange 2-star, that's when it turns into liquid form. So you always want to have a ceramic mold in here, because if you don't have one in here, it'll just disappear and you lose the ingot. So definitely keep that in mind. Alrighty then, just had to make it day again because of how long it took me to do all that. So I finished it up. Now I got 7 here, and then this one accidentally hit the hammer one too many times after it made the bronze sheet, so it's been worked, so it won't stack, but it should be fine. I don't think I'll have an issue with it doing what I want it to do, which is basically put in a crafting table and go to like show and manually move that, and you will get a bloomery. Now, bloomery is quite a cool tool, which I will explain not right now. Mwahaha, you shall have to wait. But don't worry, I will explain it this episode. Just not right now in this episode. Also, I use like 13 coal, because I started with 64 in that stack, so that was quite a lot of coal being used for it. So, but I don't think it was as much as originally melting it, because when you melt it, you need the crucible to be a much higher temperature. And when you add like 3 ore to it, it drops the temperature so low they have to wait for a while for it to heat up again. And so I think you waste more melting it. And ow, I was trying to get on that spot. Melting it than you do with the... Wow, you still haven't had your child yet. And it's... Oops, wrong button. It's autumn. I'm pretty sure we've gone through a year. How long does it take you guys to have babies? But, yeah, I think it definitely takes a lot more coal, and it definitely takes a lot more time, because you have to not only melt it down, but then you have to cool it down, instead of just heating it up to the decent point, which is anywhere between bright red 1 to orange 1, I think is workable. So these are doing well. I'm going to check my farm here as well while we're at it. So let me quickly hop over to my... Obviously, these are ready. But I want to see... These aren't ready yet either. That one is... See, these guys could be harvested, and they'll give me the green ones because it's just a single dot. But I don't want green ones. I want red ones right now. Because I already harvested green ones. So these are done. These are done. So frankly, why is it so dark in this area? It's kind of weird. So right now I'm just waiting on the A group to be finished, which is all the wheats and grains. So they are the slowest ones. But what I can do, and this is what I'm going to do, because I have this field, correct, right? That's the one that I had last harvest. And, well, see, it's not fully regenerated yet. So I kind of don't want to use it until they're like fully regenerated like so, because that means it will go faster. Remember, it's A, B, C, because you look at it this way, A, B, C. So that's why this one's gone, and these two, and those two. So I want, okay, no, A is full, so I can use this field for my A. Should be fine, I think. No, I'll wait until this is done, just so I get a full set. Yeah, I'll do that. Oop, fall in the water. Alright, put that away. Alright, so, 2 things that I want to do this episode. One is finish that, the bloomery, which I just made for you guys, and show you guys how that's done. But I'll do that near the end of the episode. In between that time, I need to grab one material, which I'll also do near the end, and I want to get kind of started on my new house, because if memory serves me right, this is episode 40, so I want to try and see if I can get my home nice and built up before, come on, thank you, before the 50th episode, because that'd be kind of a nice ending point, but we'll see. And I'm thinking this hill's kind of cool. I can flatten it up, make it, you know, kind of a nice balcony terrace on the end here, and have like my house probably like on this layer, so I'll knock these 3 layers down, and I'm thinking I'll probably have like I don't know, I'll make it look cool. But yeah, I definitely want to flatten it probably at like this stage, because this stage seems to have the biggest area to it. Well, no, actually this one does, but do I want to flatten it that low? No, I don't think so. I'll flatten it this low and see what I think of the house at that point. Because what I want to do is I basically want a decent size area, because I mean, I really actually do like the house that I made. It actually works really well. That little hut design actually works really well for a starting house, but it's too small. I can't do a lot in it. I'm kind of running out of space. That's why I had to like make a basement just to store all the stone I was getting and all that. And I'll keep it there. I don't know if I'll use it. I might build this house and use this house for my primary everything. But I definitely want to make sure that the next house that I build has all of the room that I require it to. So I will probably have a basement in this house too. The basement will be where all my storage is. I'm thinking I'll make it bigger than that basement is. So whatever the size that basement is, I'll probably make it almost twice the size. So that way I can store all of my stone. I can also store all of my metals Maybe I'll like even make a vault. That would be kind of cool. Unfortunately, I can't do things like with sticky pistons and all that, so I can't make like a hidden door vault or something like that, which is what I would really want to do. But I will do maybe like some kind of room that's just separate from it, and it will be just where I store all my raw ingot metals. And just because of that will look bad. Same with that. I'll just do this. And actually, I might have to edge out this part or just that one. Let's do just that one for now. Well, actually, no, I won't see it from the top because I will have grass grown here. So I won't see it from up here, but from the outside edge, it won't look as bad because that whole edge is... Yeah, that's fine. But I'm thinking I'll have some kind of like treasury vault. Basically, it'll just be a room where I put all my metals and as a separate door. And it'll be connected to my basement. So my basement will have all of my stone on one side, all of my like building materials, like stones and that kind of stuff will be not stones, but like wood, all the different types of planks and foods and all that stuff that I collect over time will just be placed in that room. The upper section of the house, the main floor, I'm thinking I'll have be like the kitchen and the living room and a dining room. Kind of like what I did with my Better Than Wolf series, if you guys saw that, but bigger and a little bit better looking is my hope. And this, I don't think is going to be big enough. So I will cut it down one more. And then I'll probably have like a secondary floor, and that's where like the bedrooms will be. I don't know yet if I'll make it a 3-story building just because it would look, in my opinion, a little funny having a 3-story building in this area, but that's just me. Stop falling. But anyways, I'm going to continue layering this out. We probably won't get much further than that. But I wanted to give you guys my ideas of the house. And the reason why is because I want you guys to suggest some of your ideas. What do you think of the ones that I mentioned? Do you have a suggestion on how I can do one of them better? Or do you have something that you think I should add to the house that I didn't mention? Go ahead and comment below what you guys think. I would love to hear what you have to say. And I shall be back. Alright, so it is becoming nighttime. But I just finished the last layer. I still need to like kind of work on this, like this whole section I might like extend out to this layer, or I might cut it in and make it a little bit more natural being so flat up here. But definitely like this size a lot better. Up here will probably be like the entrance to my house. I will probably, yeah, definitely have this as like the entrance to the house. And then I'll just have to build the house kind of how the landscape forms up there. So it'll be an interesting build for me because I'm kind of going to be building at the seat of my pants. But unlike the Better Than Wolf series, I'm only going to do a little bit of building on camera. Most of it will be off camera. On camera will still primarily be me progressing through the game while I'm doing the house build. And so let's go ahead and show you guys what the bloomery is for. But first, I need to make it daytime, and I need to get another material, like I said. So I'll show you that. Be right back. So you guys may remember this tunnel. If you don't, well, you probably remember all the gold that I found down here, right? Well, over here is that kelonite or whatever ore that I needed as well. And you remember I said I was trying to figure out how big this gold deposit is, because this seems quite large, because it goes quite a ways away. And so while I was trying to figure that out, I also decided, well, let's me go this direction as well. And to figure out how big that this direction of the gold is. And I was going and going, and let me grab my, my prospector pick here. And so, you know, still large samples of native gold. Then I went into saltpeter, and I'm like, well, that's interesting. So I was trying to figure out what other things were here, and I have hemonite. Now, hemonite is one of the 3 iron-bearing ores. So I really needed that, because that's technically the next tier after bismuth is wrought iron. So I went a while, and then I started getting nothing. As you can see it right there. But see, I got nothing of interest. So I'm like, great, it's either that way, or further in. So I cut in further in, and I actually hit the saltpeter and the hemonite ore. Limonite and magnetite is also iron-bearing ore, so if you get either of those three, definitely gather it. Even if you're not at the copper level yet, if you run into it, mark it down on a map, even if you have to. But trust me, you will want to get this stuff as soon as you can. I'm going to capture as much of this stuff as I can. It's not a very big deposit because I think the saltpeter or whatever kind of like gobbled it up when the ore was being generated, because there's not a lot in the way of this stuff. At least it doesn't go very far in either direction. As you saw, I already hit nothing of interest like 3 blocks that direction, and I hit nothing of interest like 4 blocks at the end of the tunnel that I did over there. I got a couple up top, and I didn't bring, silly me, I didn't bring any support beams, so I can't mine directly up. I mean, I could, but that wouldn't be a very good idea. But I'm going to gather all of this that I can find, at least a certain amount that I want to. And I'll show you guys how to build one item, and then next episode I will show you how to use that one item. Alrighty then, we are back. So I had to move some things. I put the crafting table over here and moved the scribing table one over. And I moved the anvils over here. But when I was moving the anvil, for whatever reason, I lost the hammer and all the flux that was in here. Now granted, the hammer was almost busted anyway, so I'll just make another copper hammer. But it does kind of suck that I lost it when I moved it. I don't know what happened, but oh well. Like I said, it was almost broken anyways, and I have another hammer I think down there that I can use temporarily. But this area is the area that I cleaned out. This is one of the reasons why I said I'm running out of space, because this is where I want it, somewhere in here, 'cause this new build. But I don't have many places to put it. And remember, I can't put anything here, and I can't put anything here, 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 or here, because those are actually taken up by these blocks. Even though I can hit underneath it, those are still those blocks. If I put anything there, I'll crash the game. So this area is already taken up. It just allows me to move around in it. So I'm putting it here. And what I'm putting here is going to be this bloomery. So this is how you need to build a bloomery. You need to put a brick. Actually, I need one more removed, at least. There we go. You need a brick in the center. It can be any kind of brick, I believe, so I'm just going to use basalt brick. And then you need one underneath where you're going to put the bloomery. So I'm going to put the bloomery right there. So I'm going to put the brick right underneath it. And do I need to... Actually, let me put the bloomery there. It's not letting me place the bloomery. Well, maybe if I finish the structure. That's weird. It should let me place it anyways. And then you're going to need 2 blocks high on all sides, including on top of the bloomery. What are you doing? Why are you spitting it out at me? Oh, maybe because you need... Oh yeah, you probably need direct sight to the sky. So there we go. Direct sight to the sky. Now will you work? No. Okay. Plan B, which is build it outside. So I'm going to try this, I guess. It still probably won't let me place the bloomery here. Nope. But if I put something else, like a dirt block, and then this brick on top, then I basically want access to the bloomery, so I'm going to do that. Will you let me place it now? Now you'll let me place it. Alright, I built it literally the exact same, other than I only had this block open to the environment. Maybe it's having issues because of that. I'll have to test it out. So when I build my new house, I build something to accommodate this machine. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this, this, that, and that. There we go. That kind of looks even better. Alright, so the bloomery is what you need to do to get the next tier of metal. And I'll show you how to use the bloomery to get that tier of metal next episode, as we're already way past the 15-minute mark. And not that I'm trying to like stay on it, like, oh, 15-minute mark, cut it off. It's more like a guideline that I want to try and stick to. So I'll go ahead and see you guys next episode, and we'll go ahead and start right away with this. As always, stay epic. This is DeviantGamer signing off. Adios.